So yesterday, me and my elder brother got into this discussion and stuff, and basically he just basically, in summary, I don't want to make this video long. I know I say that in every video, but the video ends up being long. But in summary, he just basically called me out that I'm not grinding on my shit and stuff, and I was now trying to explain to him that part of the reason, because it's not necessarily that I don't know what to do, because I do know what to do especially in terms of making videos and stuff, but it's just that I just find it hard to do it. So at least from what I heard from Alex Omozi and from kind of my personal experience and stuff, I feel like there are, according to Alex Omozi, there are three things that usually hold entrepreneurs back: limiting beliefs, character traits, and skills. So limiting beliefs is what you believe. If you believe you can't make money, if you believe you can't be successful and stuff, that one is common sense, you won't be successful. So the other one is skills. This one is also common sense. If you don't know how to run ads, if you don't know how to edit this video, if you don't know how to code, if you don't know how to weave hair, if you don't know how to do the skill, the actual tangible skill, you're not going to make money. That one is common sense. And the last one is character traits, and this one is a little bit tricky, because it seems that with the other two, or maybe probably with all of them, the character trait is basically things like consistency, discipline, courage, risk tolerance, stuff like that. So I noticed that I don't really have limiting beliefs. I believe making money is possible and stuff. I can be rich, I can definitely become successful. I believe, in terms of skills, I'm definitely not that good. I'm not really advanced in skills, but I feel like I'm at a relatively decent level, so at least to be able to make significant progress in terms of making videos and stuff. Then I now felt like, at least I felt that my problem is in character traits, because I've been doing like I told my brother too, and I usually tell myself, since when I actually stumbled on the idea I actually want a YouTube channel, till today. It's been 5 years now, and imagine since then, 5 years, that's 2019 till today, I've basically almost made no real progress like that. So, and the thing I usually wonder is why is it that I just can't go the distance? Why can't I just make the progress? And I realize that at least there are many reasons, obviously, but one of it is I was just not able to just do the damn work. And I was wondering, why can't I just do it? So why is it that I'll start today, and after 1 week I'll be very consistent, and after that you just forget about it again. Then you will not come back today, you do tomorrow, you not do today, you do again tomorrow, you not do. And before 3 months has passed by, I've not done anything. And it was just there was a time that thoughts really bothered me. I actually was desperate to find answers to this thing, and one of the things I felt like I found the answers to was just it's not exactly your fault. Obviously it is your fault. So I hate saying it's not your fault and stuff. I hate the blame game. Blaming it's who is this person's fault? Obviously it's 100% your fault. But at the same time it's not, because all your life you have just trained yourself to work like this. All your life, if you think about it, up until now, at least up until my own self, especially recently, that I'm just I want to really go serious and grind and take this shit seriously. Up until, let's say, the last year, the last 6 months, the last 3 months, the last 2 years, or whatever, you have not really taught yourself how to be consistent. You have never actually taught yourself how to work. You have never actually taught yourself how to be disciplined. So it's isn't that any surprise that anytime you go and try to do something that requires discipline and work and consistency, especially for a long period of time, because something growing your YouTube channel or making money online or whatever, it doesn't happen in a day. You have to do, you have to show up every single day in, day out, for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, however long it's going to take before you start seeing results. So you have never done something like that in your life. So isn't that any surprise that when you try to not do it, you keep falling off? At least that's the way I reasoned it, that's the way I thought about it. And I now realized that, so my problem is because I thought about it as well, even before I actually started making videos and stuff. I remember back then when I was a child, when I was a kid and all that, then I used to like to draw these comics and everything. And even in terms of drawing comics and stuff, when I was a child, I still experienced the same problem because I'll start the comic. So basically, the comic is like will be illustrating a story. So maybe like I didn't really copy real life stories. So, I used to create my own. So but let's say something like Spider-Man. Now. Spider-Man got bitten by a spider, turned into a superhero, started saving the day. So that was like the story. Then I will start to draw it. You now draw the pictures on your book and all that, and tell the story and all that. Then halfway through, I just get bored of it. Like, I'm tired of it. Or it gets hard. Maybe the story is getting longer than I anticipated. Then I'll just abandon it. Then just like I described, draw today, don't draw tomorrow, continue today, don't continue tomorrow. Then before just forget about it for that. Then jump to the next thing, the next shiny thing. Get a new story idea. Like, wow, this one's better. And the same process repeats itself. So I thought like, wow. So since I was literally a child till today, I've already kind of had these character traits. So at least my own mindset was like, so now we need to solve this, character traits. And the solution to it is, like learning consistency, learning how to be consistent. And that's not the second problem that me and I felt. It's like, how exactly do you become consistent? Like, what does it even mean to be consistent? It's just like a vague word. But according to Alex Hormozi, like if you say somebody is confident, what does it, like when you just say confident, what does it mean exactly? But if you try to break it down to even smaller steps, somebody is confident means when the person is walking, he walks straight and looks up, he doesn't slouch and all that. When the person is talking, he talks like loudly so that you can hear, doesn't try to reduce his voice so it doesn't make noise. He tries to talk properly. When the person is interacting with you, looks you in the eye, it's not like like he actually looks at you and talks to you. So all these little things combined, they're like maybe 10 or 20 of them. That's confidence. All these many things combined. So if you can just break down your stuff like that and combine it, like you kind of can learn the traits. So that was now like my whole mindset and stuff. So I was now like, okay, so how can I break down being consistent? And I was trying to figure out. So I was trying to explain this concept to my brother. But you know what my brother told me? My brother said, you don't have problem. Your problem is that you don't have problem. And it's kind of hurts my ego, I won't lie. Because it seems that it was partially right and partially wrong. Partially right because at the end of the day, the solution is to just go and do the damn thing. Just go and put it to work. Like, you will see the solution. All these character traits and whatever, like, doesn't fucking matter. If you just work and do what you have to do, you see the solution, which is true. But at the same time, it hurts me because he now started to basically almost disregard everything I was saying. Like, it's almost like he was just saying it as excuses, and maybe they are excuses, but the parts that pained me the most, or the parts that made me feel hurt the most, was basically started talking to me like I'm as if I'm maybe 16 years old. So like, how would I explain it? Like, because maybe I sound egotistic and stuff, but like I said before, in terms of YouTube and stuff, I've been doing 5 years now, even though I've barely seen results, and that whole 5 years I've not really been consistent. But since 5 years now, I've been aware of this thing, and not even just YouTube, self-improvement, making money, all those type of stuff. Five good years now. So at least what I expected yesterday was, we kind of talk like, how do I put it now? Like somebody that is already kind of advanced, but just needs to like be corrected, to be put back on the right path, rather than somebody that doesn't know what he's doing with his life. And basically, he was talking to me like somebody that doesn't know what he's doing with his life. And it's kind of became annoying because this is not even the first time. If you go to my previous videos, especially around December, I made a video similar to that. It feels like you feel disrespected, basically. At least I felt disrespected. That, wow, I'm not trying to say obviously I'm not better than anybody. Like I said, I'm a lazy fucker, I'm not even consistent now. So, but I'm not like 16 that I don't want to do my life. I'm not like 15 that I'm just staying around all day and playing video games. Like, even though yes, I recently downloaded like Asphalt 9 and stuff. So but I don't really like just sit around all day and just play video games or just watch movies or watch YouTube and stuff. Like, even yes, to some degree I do that to a large extent. But I kind of know what I want and I know what I have to do. But it's almost like I'm trying to figure out how do I put this now, the next set of steps to take. But at the same time, that could also just be an excuse, just like my brother said. So, but the thing really pissed me off. It pissed me off because not even just him. Like I stay in this house with other people, so I'm not the only one living here. All my other housemates, they always used to clown me because single and my social skills is just bad. Okay, but the thing is that it's not bad. I am just like a weirdo that cannot communicate with humans. It's just kind of bad that you just need a little bit to work to just talk to more people and you'll be good enough. But the way they will talk to me, the way they will address me is like somebody that is just like a weirdo that used to hide in the cave and everything. And just like my brother, so somebody that doesn't work, that just stays all day and just maybe jerks off like 20 times a day and plays game like 16 hours all day. The part that won't have pissed me off, the annoyed me with style was like when that started teaching me about Atomic Habits. I've never really read the book. I've heard of the book a lot. I've not really read it, but many of the things he was telling me, I know. Like when you want to start, you start this. But so the things that, like another thing that was also causing this stress is I'll now get the idea that okay, like I really need to get to my shit because I've known this. Like I feel like I'm 5 years behind, something like that. Trying to get to my shit. So I'll now be like, okay, to do like, because in terms of building a habit and stuff, you just have to start little by little. So it's better to do 10 minutes of work every single day than to do 6 hours, because you are more like there's a high chance you are going to stick to 10 minutes than 6 hours. You do 6 hours for the first 3 days and after that you're not doing it. So the things I will not start out with the 10 minutes. Then when my brother now comes to talk to me like this, or I watch some video, I just have this random thoughts or realization that wow, fuck, I'm really behind, I need to put in more work. I'll not just try to jump to that 6 hours, because obviously if you put 6 hours every single day, like your results is just going to explode. But that same problem will not repeat itself again after 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, whatever. Today you are doing it, tomorrow you not do it today, then for you just don't do it again. Then I'll not just fall into this like deeper state of anxiety and like how do I even explain it now? And just like it just feel worse. Like then it just turns to a whole mess. Then I now just don't do anything, because I'm not like, what the fuck is not the point? Like I need to be doing this thing, but it's almost like as if I'm always on the edge, because I feel like 10 minutes is too small and 6 hours is too big. But I need to be doing 6 hours, but it's too big that I cannot stick to it. So I should go and do 10 minutes. But anytime I do 10 minutes, it always feels too small. Then I need to go back to 6 hours and 10 minutes. Then which one should I do? Let me do, like I'll just freeze basically. No, my brother didn't care. My housemates didn't care. Nobody gave a fuck. And the worst part is the world didn't even care either. The world doesn't care. You that are watching this video, you probably don't care as well. You really don't care. And it's made me also wonder, like, because as pissed off as I was that they're talking to me like a little bitch, I just also thought like it's also my fault, because the reason why it's my fault is because of the things I've been doing, not what I've been saying. Because like I just explained, so you can see, at least I hope you can see, like what I've said, I hope it sounds reasonable and kind of mature to you. But does it matter if, even though yes, what I said sounds reasonable, but what I do is not reasonable? Because the example I always like to use, so let's say there's 2 girls, so you find this girl, you like the girl says she likes you, so both of you start dating, she becomes your girlfriend, whatever. So this girl, she claims to love you, then she has her best friend or her sister, let's say her best friend or sister, whichever one. So let's say she has her best friend, so this is your babe and her best friend. So your babe tells you, she loves you to the bottom of her heart, whatever. But our best friend is just, sits you down one day and like, let's make things clear. The only reason why we talk at all is because, my best friend or my sister is your babe. Because if she wasn't your babe, like if you were not a boyfriend, we have no business with each other. So let's just set the intention clear from the start. So imagine she gives you that kind of warning. So in summary, she doesn't like you. So your babe likes you, our best friend or sister doesn't like you. So that's what they say. Your babe tells you every day, oh, I love you. Her best friend tells you, look, don't have any funny ideas with me, I don't like you at all. But your babe that claims to like you, each time you are trying to, maybe she does something wrong and you're trying to like correct her, and it might not even be like in a bad way, because you know there are some ways you correct people that it can enrage them, but you try to correct her in a proper way, you know, constructive criticism, stuff like that. And she basically starts insulting you. She just like maybe goes to your phone and just takes money from, just transfers money to her account without your permission. And she just like, when you're talking to her, she doesn't even listen. Maybe you're talking to her, she just listens on her phone. You carry her phone one day, maybe she's charging it somewhere, and you notice her messaging other dudes. She's always arguing with you, always fighting with you, always quarreling. You tell her to do this, she says no. And she doesn't even bother to cook, doesn't bother to clean, doesn't bother to ask you how was your day, doesn't bother to show concern about you, doesn't do any of these things. Like she's basically just behaves almost as if she hates you. But when you now finally sit her down and confront her, like, you know, I can't do this anymore, like let's split up, let's break, she start breaking down in tears and tell you, oh no, please don't leave me, I love you so much, oh I'm sorry, I love you, please, I really love you to the bottom of my heart. Good. And you now tell her, you know, make things well, okay. But she claims that she loves you, but her acts is like she doesn't love you. While her sister or her best friend that claims she doesn't like you, that claims, you know, there's nothing between us, she asks you how was your day. You know, when you're talking to her, when people are having a conversation, she's not just pressing her phone, like she actually puts her phone down and listens to you. You know, maybe you come back from work or school and you're madly stressed. She actually just like, you know, let me get you something to eat. Like she, like, when both of you sit down together and watch a movie, stuff like that. So your babe that claims to love you now behaves as if she hates you, while your sister or her best friend that claims to hate you now behaves as if she loves you. Who will you actually consider actually loves you? It probably will be the best friend that shows it rather than, even though she says, you know, I don't like you, but she actually demonstrates it. Another example is maybe, you know, two guys. One guy is your friend, the other one claims to be your enemy. The friend that is, you know, quote unquote your friend, just makes your life worse. Like, you hear that this guy was lying on your back, you hear this guy stole from you, you hear this guy betrayed you, and when you confront him about it, he's like, no, I'm your loyal friend, or, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm still your friend, I really love you to the bottom of my heart, I want the best for you. But his action is just not that. His action is trying to bring you down. While the enemy that claims, you know, I'm your enemy, I hate you, I want to kill you, I want to fuck you up, his action is the opposite. He always, you know, tells you things you need to know. He always tries to help you out. He always lends a helping hand, tries to connect you to people that can help you move forward in whatever thing. Who you not actually believe like actually is your friend? Is it the person that claims to be your friend but behaves like an enemy, or the person that claims to be an enemy but behaves like a friend? So the point I'm just trying to make from the whole story stuff, I've made a video similar to this before in the past. You can find it and watch it. It's just like, at the end of the day, it's what you do that matters. Like, nobody, just so, like, bringing it back to what I said earlier. Yeah, my brother talked to me, you know, like as if I'm 16 years old. Because of what I've been doing. And like I said, not like what I said, you know, all the explanation I gave, they are all reasonable, they make sense. But it's what I did at the end of the day. So can you really claim, you know, you're productive, or you're trying to figure your shit out, or you know what to do, if you don't actually do it? Can you really claim that? Like, can you really claim, you know, oh, I'm supposed to be successful by now, or oh, I work really hard, if your actions, when we look at what you do, you don't actually do that, but you say, you know, you say I work really hard, or you say I know what to do, or you say it's been 5 years or whatever, just like I always say. Like, can you really claim that? So the point at the end of the day is like, just do, like, just, that's basically the solution. And I feel like that's also another way to gain people's respect as well. The thing, but the thing I'm just trying, maybe I'll end it off for this. One thing I'm realizing, like, similar to the videos I made recently, starts with what you have, not what you wish you had. So right now, I feel like I have disrespect from, you know, all these people. Like, it just pisses me off that, wow, these people are treating me like this. And they're not necessarily maltreating me or whatever. It's just like, they're not treating me like someone that is mature. That's sick. And I don't really like that, because I feel like I'm a mature person, you know. I feel like I know what to do. I feel like I'm, you know, trying to be productive and stuff. But these people are not treating me like that. And I could get mad about it, you know, I could go and confront them about it. Or I could just use it as motivation and be like, yo, you fuckers don't respect me, abi? Just wait and see. Just wait and see. Then actually do what has to be done to the point where, you know, I make so much success that these fuckers literally have nothing to disrespect about me. You might say that it's dark motivation or whatever, but I feel like if that's what you have to do, you should do it. And if you won't listen to David Goggins or read any of his books and stuff, you hear him, he has talked about stuff like this a lot. What does he even call it? Is it Taking Souls? Yeah. Where like I don't want these videos to be too long, and these videos are already very well. I basically was in, you know, Hell Week and stuff, and his instructors were making fun of him. And it was like, even as I'm fucked up, like even as we're suffering like this, I'm still going to put in so much energy and work. Like you that is comfortable, you'll be like, I can't do that. Like it will literally almost take your soul, because you're just going to open your eyes wide, like wow, like how does it do it? So I feel like just use what you have, and if you feel if you are getting disrespected, it might not even necessarily be maybe your brother, it could even be your parents. I remember when I was when I was in my escaping the matrix dropout phase, then I was really serious. Like I want to really drop out of school and pursue YouTube, become a full-time creator, entrepreneur, stuff like that. Even though it didn't work out, the reason I found at the end of the day still is consistency stuff I still spent. That was the main reason. But it didn't work out at the end of it. But I remember when I always would bring up the idea, and there's own dropping out is own just to extreme. When I would just bring up the idea, because there was a period that there was strike, so we all just sit at home and basically we're doing nothing. So then my parents were not like, oh, all of us should go and learn something. Like, so I was just sitting at home all day and doing nothing. All of us should go and learn something. So my brother wants to learn how to like weave hair, whatever. My younger brother said he wants to learn how to barb. So they were like asking, like telling me I should go and learn how to repair phones, because yeah, like I kind of just like that stuff. So I just find it cool to be able to repair phones and stuff. But I told them then that, yeah, of course, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I already have something I'm doing. And they're like, oh, what are you doing? And I told them, you know, YouTube. I'm trying to make progress on YouTube. And they will not be like, oh, you know, YouTube is not bad though, but it's still better if you go on. So the point I was trying to make is like, they just basically disregarded it. I still remember another one of my uncles, he said I should write stuff like my 5-year plan, and I wrote, you know, YouTube being part of it, being like a creator, and he just disregarded it, like it's not a thing. So stuff like that, maybe you're experiencing something similar to that. Maybe you tell your parents or your friends or whatever, and they just like laugh at you, or they just disregard the idea as if it's not very important. You could either get sad about it, that nobody believes in my dream, or you could just get pissed off and use it as motivation that you fuckers are disregarding this thing. Just wait and see, because I'm going to become so fucking successful that you have no choice but to pay attention to this same shit you're pushing to the side. You have no choice but to pay attention to it. And obviously it's easier to say, like I said, it's easy to say, it's easy to talk. Just like the girlfriend that claims she likes you, it's easy for her to say I like you, but for her to actually act in a way that proves she likes you, that's the hard part. So it's easy for me to say all these things, it's easy for us to, you know, claim, oh, I'm going to show you. But at the end of the day, all that matters is just do. Like, just do. And that's exactly what I'm going to do as well. Just have to put in the work. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Nobody cares, so just work harder. They only care about the results, they don't care about what you see. So just work harder.